So what if the real secret to building a truly groundbreaking organization wasn't hiding in a spreadsheet, but in a simple, everyday greeting? Today, we're diving into the practical wisdom from the fifth discipline, Fieldbook. Now, this is a guide for building organizations that don't just survive. They learn, they adapt, and they actually shape their own futures. And this isn't just theory, you know. These are ideas straight from the front lines of organizational change.
What's so interesting is where the Fieldbook decides to start. It's not with some complex business model or a new framework. Nope. It starts with a simple greeting from the tribes of Northern Natal in South Africa, Sawu Bona. And it literally means, I see you. But see, this isn't just hello. It's rooted in this incredibly profound philosophy of Ubuntu, the idea that a person is a person because of other people. Just think about that for a second. Our very existence, our identity, is confirmed and shaped by being seen and acknowledged by others. This one idea sets a deeply human foundation for everything that comes next.
Okay, so here's the game plan for this explainer. We're going to build on that human foundation. Then we'll dig into the urgent why, like why even do this work? We'll get a CEO's take on it, break down the 5 core disciplines, and then wrap up with the deep learning cycle that really brings it all to life.
So let's start right there, with that foundation. The entire idea of a learning organization, it really rests on this simple but profound ability to first be able to truly see one another.
And the response to Sawubona is just as powerful, Sikhwana, which means I am here. But notice the order there. It implies that until you see me, I don't fully exist. Your acknowledgement, your recognition, it literally brings me into being. This leads to a pretty powerful conclusion. Before we can create anything together, we first have to create each other through that mutual respect and recognition.
All right, so let's shift gears from the philosophical to the really pragmatic. The Fieldbook tackles the one question that every leader, every team member, is eventually going to ask.
Yeah? Why bother? Why go through all the effort? Why invest the time, the energy, the resources to try and build a learning organization? What is the actual payoff?
Well, the answers are pretty compelling. We're talking about achieving superior performance, not by burning people out, but by linking their personal growth directly to the company's success. It's about building a competitive advantage that can actually last. It's about being able to handle constant change with confidence and creating a workforce that's genuinely energized and committed. But maybe, just maybe, the most important reason is to build an environment where people feel safe enough to tell the truth.
And this quote just nails the ultimate strategic reason. Ari DeGoose of Shell puts it perfectly. Your products, they can be copied. Your strategies, they can be replicated. But an organization's ability to learn faster than everybody else, that is an advantage that no one can ever take away from you.
So what does this look like from the CEO's chair? William O'Brien, the former CEO of Hanover Insurance, he gives us a really powerful perspective. He doesn't see this as some nice-to-have initiative. He frames it as a historical necessity, something you have to do to survive in this new era of work.
And this slide just lays it all out. The things that made companies successful in the last century, efficient manufacturing, breaking problems into tiny pieces, always having polite conversations, and top-down control, those things just aren't enough anymore. The future, O'Brien says, requires us to distribute power without creating chaos, to develop systemic thinking skills, to get really good at having difficult conversations, and for leadership to be based on voluntary followership, not mandated control. It's a whole new ballgame.
So, if that's the why, then what's the how? Well, the core of this work is built on 5 lifelong practices, which the book calls the learning disciplines.
And it's really important we get what discipline means here. This isn't a one-and-done training program. It's a path, a lifelong journey of learning. It's a set of techniques that you have to continually study and practice to get good at. And make no mistake, when you commit to them, they will fundamentally change how you see the world.
And here they are, these 5 disciplines. They all work together like a band. You've got personal mastery and mental models, which are really individual. Then you have shared vision and team learning, which are, all about the group. And the one holding it all together, the 5th discipline, is systems thinking, the one that helps us see the whole forest, not just the individual trees.
Now, when a team or an entire organization really commits to practicing these 5 disciplines, something incredible gets activated. It's not a straight line. It's more like a reinforcing cycle of deep learning and growth.
It all kicks off right here, with practice. As people start engaging with these disciplines, they build real, tangible new skills. They learn how to actually have the conversations that matter, how to clarify what they're truly aiming for, and how to see the bigger picture. And suddenly, things that felt impossible start to feel, well, possible.
And these new skills, they lead to new awareness. You literally start to perceive the world differently. Instead of just blaming people when things go wrong, you start to see the underlying systems that are driving their behavior. You become aware of your own hidden assumptions instead of just thinking they're the truth.
And that new awareness is what leads to the most profound change of all, fundamental shifts of mind. Your core beliefs, both as an individual and as a group, actually begin to change. And this shift is what makes it possible to develop even deeper skills and capabilities, which, you guessed it, kicks the whole cycle off again, but this time at an even higher level.
And this brings us right back to where we started, from that simple, profound act of seeing one another all the way to this powerful learning cycle. It's all pushing toward one ultimate goal: creating a group of people who are continuously expanding their collective ability to create the future they truly want to see.
And so, that leaves us with a question to take back to our own work, to our own teams. When you think about all this, about having better conversations, uncovering assumptions, and learning together, what is the one conversation that your team really needs to be having right now, but for whatever reason just isn't?